Youth will be leading us in the invitation. Danny Weems will be leading us in the flag. Danny?
Would you join me in the pledge? I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Dear Father, we just pause this afternoon, Lord. Just thank you for this opportunity to come out and assist with each other, Lord. We just pray, dear God, as we look forward, that you just bless this club, these members, Lord, just keep them safe, but also, Lord, we just pray that you be alive and things that you want us to do. Lord, we just pray for our community. We just pray, dear God, for our state, nation. Lord, we pray that you be with us in these very difficult times that we're in. Lord, we just pray that you look to you for all of it.
Be seated. Tim Marshall, who do we have for guests today?
Yes, Denise Pitts, another of our Spanish students.
I'm my grandson, Blake.
Blake? All right. Glad to have both of you here. Glad to have a guest. Tim, come on up. Luck of the draw.
I mean, you participate anymore, I don't understand why. We need a way to generate some more money for them.
Reach your deep, folks. Let's buy tickets.
Ticket, please. One ticket. The ticket number is 290.
290. Not me. Dennis Gay.
290.
Better check me, because you know.
I will.
Keep running.
Just like here. The guards. We need to get the guards out. Pete,
Oh, I went automatic.
the guards.
What happened, Miss Reed?
You just have one
Good job, Janice. Y'all give her a hand. Yeah. We'll have them up here in a minute. While we're waiting, a couple of items of business to get out of the way. First off, we have the new name tags up here. So if you don't have a name tag and ordered one, come on up and get it either now or after the meeting. Either one. So let's get that done. William's coming up. So here are the cards. All right, Janice.
Pick three, Janice.
Come around here.
How come yours is different?
Because I'm different.
You're special.
That's exactly right.
Two
10
diamonds.
diamonds, 8 of diamonds, and the joker.
Good job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Tomorrow we will have a board meeting at Gilmer National Bank at noon. Wear your face mask, and when you get there, call, and they will come and let us in. It'll be in the boardroom. Jane will be there to cater it.
Who's supposed to go?
Just call the bank, I guess.
It's south door.
South door,
Only.
only door open.
We call you like. At this time, I want to ask Linda Thurmon to come up. Well, today we welcome Linda Thurmon to our Rotary family and admit her to membership. Linda, you have been elected to membership in this club because your fellow members believe you to be a worthy representative
representative of your vocation and also the necessity of qualities that will permit you to exemplify in your public, business, social, and private life the true spirit of Rotary. Rotary is a service club with each member adhering to our motto, service above self. In addition to service, you will have benefit of strong bonds of friendship not only with members of this club, but with Rotarians worldwide. You are joining an organization with over 1.2 million members in over 33,000 clubs located in over 200 countries. By virtue of your membership in this club, you will be welcomed into the fellowship of any Rotary club in the world. I encourage you to increase your knowledge of Rotary by visiting the Rotary website and reading the monthly Rotarian magazine. Will you please stand and welcome our newest Rotarian, Linda Thurmon. At this time, Linda, I will present you with your new member packet and also your pin, which signifies your membership in Rotary. Wear it proudly anywhere. I'm not going to try to pin it on you, so I'm going to hand it to you along with this new member packet. We look forward to having you as a member of Gilmer Rotary Club. Well, is there any other business we need to take care of before our program? Okay, at this time, I'm going to ask Pete Herrmann to come up and introduce our program.
When my granddaughter Evelyn was at Longview, I'm gonna get the right here, CHCS, right? Christian Heritage Classical School, okay, in Longview. One of the young ladies on her volleyball team and class up there was Lauren Pitts. We sent a little girl to Germany last year, and now we have a young woman that's come back, a little bit more independent, and speaks German, which was a little struggle, but that's part of the experience. Lauren's been a year in Germany, and I'm going to let her tell us about it. Her mother is here, Denise, and we're glad to have her with us today. So Lauren, come on up front. And Timothy, will you turn the lights off up this direction? And you'll need to use this because we're all old.
Thank you. So, first I want to present the Stolzenau banner. I was hosted in Germany by the Stolzenau Club, so we've traded banners and presented it to you.
All right, appreciate it. We'll put it with our banner collection over here.
You need me to help you or you have to?
No, I got it. Thank you.
I told you she was independent.
So, hallo, ich heiße Lauren. Wenn Sie mich verstehen können, bist du besser als ich, weil ich bin letztes Jahr nach Deutschland gegangen.
Okay.
So, what I just said in German was, hi, I'm Lauren Pitts. If you can understand me, you're already better than I was last year when I went to Germany. I didn't know any German, and so now I do. I was hosted by Stolzenau, the club, but it was actually the town of Nienburg that I stayed in, so I took all of these pictures. So, yeah. I arrived on August 7th, and a couple weeks before school started, and this is what I was greeted with, my host family, and their friends, and my host sister, and everything, so, yeah. I had 2 host families over the course of the 7.5 months I was there. I was supposed to be there for longer, but you know, COVID. But yeah, so my first host family, I had my host father, right there, Torsten, and my host mother, Uta, and then my host sister, her boyfriend and friends, and then also my host grandma. And she was important in my German learning experience because I ate lunch with her every single day, and she didn't know any English, and I didn't know any German. It was a rough time at first. But then, yeah, and I switched in January with a boy from Mexico. He lived just down the street in another house, and we switched in January, and so that's my second host family right there. I also got the privilege of meeting my first host family's foreign exchange student, also from Texas. She came to visit, actually, and we got to talk. And it was funny, we only talked in German to each other, even though she was from Houston and I was from Longview, but we were talking in German. It was really neat to see that really does stick through the years. So those are my two host families. So I was actually in the 11th grade at Mariendunhof Gymnasium, which is like high school. And yeah, I actually was lucky enough to be seated next to Donata, and she happened to be back from on exchange in Canada. So it was a really good, like, I knew it was God who was just like, okay, you need a friend who speaks English. So yeah, she spoke perfect English and helped me through my first months when I just didn't understand anything. So yeah, Donata and I are still really good friends. So. I also joined the volleyball club. They actually don't have any school sports, but they have local sports. So I was with Teikami volleyball, and that was just a really great experience because I was just instantly, it was something I knew, and it was something I didn't need like the language for, that is just like perfectly, I could just be in the culture there without having to worry about sounding like an idiot. So it was just a really great experience to be there with like a real part of their culture, which was cool. Everybody asked me about Christmas, so I figured I would just share. Christmas was hard, but also one of the best times there. One of my favorite things is German Weihnachtsmarkt. So it's like in the town square, you just set up like booths full of like candy and drinks and everything. And there was an ice skating rink, and it was just a really good time. Obviously not like American Christmas, but also just a very unique experience. And it was good time, not only, I wasn't just missing home, I was having a good time too. So I got to like be with the local, Stolzenau took me on like a tour of a local church, and we had a service there, and so Christmas was good. I also got the opportunity through my school to do a practicum. Like all 11th graders did this, where they pick a place, like a local place in town, business, and they would do an internship basically for 2 weeks. You got off school and you did an internship. And everybody was asking me, like at the beginning of the year, Lauren, are you gonna do that? Because you don't know any German. And I was like, I wanna do it, I wanna do it. So I actually chose a local bakery that was like 2 minutes from my house by foot. And German bakeries and bread is actually one cultural thing I did not expect to be a big deal, but it was. Like, Germans are very serious about their bread. They take it very seriously. And in the morning for breakfast, they go and fetch fresh bread from the local bakery. And so I got to actually be a part of that, be in baked bread with them, and that was just a really cool experience. So this is with my local Rotary Club. We did a couple of things. I don't have pictures from everything. I did presentations for the local high schools, basically doing this and telling people that we should really do German exchange. That all the German students, they were asking us questions, and my two friends that were in the club with me was Giancarlo from Mexico and Anna from Brazil. And so through that, got to have not only a German cultural experience, but also like learn things about Mexico, learn things about Brazil. So that was really cool. We did an interview for the local paper and 4 months into our exchange, and the top of that says, in 4 Monaten Deutsch gelernt, and that means in only 4 months German learned. So we, all 3 of us actually, just learned German really fast. We had no outside experience, and so German Youth Exchange really was the way to learn German, which is cool. Yeah, we got to tour the Bundesstaat, so the local government. I was giving this presentation right here in German, my first month there, so yeah, really cool. And then not only was I doing stuff with my local Rotary Club, but they also had a district-wide event, like structure, where it's called Rotex, and I think we have it here. Like, Rotexers are people who went on exchange and now are coming back and organizing events for the people currently on exchange. So the Rotex there were just super organized. We went once a month and did a weekend and stayed the night in towns all over North Germany. We spent a week in Halle, and we went to Berlin and just did all amazing things like rope courses. We planted trees. We visited the capital of Germany and went toward the capital and everything. And just fun events, meeting people from all over. There were 60 inbounds, and I came away with 3 just amazing friends who we already have plans to visit each other next summer, from Australia, Finland, and then a girl from Indiana. Just amazing people, and really grateful for the opportunity to meet them. So, right, so I was, a week before I came home, we were supposed to go on our Euro tour, which we were going to tour all the way around Europe. It was we were so excited, we already had all our plans, and then, COVID. But it's good, because even then, people are asking me, so you didn't get to travel that much? It's no, actually, I did a lot of independent travel because of the train systems and everything. I was able to go with my friends just on the train to Hanover. I went on vacation with my host families. With Rotex, I went a lot of places, and so I really did get to travel North Germany all the way through. I tried to make as many dots as I could remember where I've been, but just as far south as Göttingen and Herzberg am Harz, just little towns and everything. It's a really, really neat experience. And so, my early departure, I didn't get to say goodbye to everybody because of the situation, but my good friends and everything. These are some classmates and some people from my volleyball team that came to say goodbye and everything, and that's from Emma from Finland, Abby from Indiana, and Giancarlo, and then that's us at the airport before we left, but it was really sad saying goodbye so early, but I did set out what I wanted to do. When I gave this presentation last year, I said my goals were to learn German, to make international friends and connections, and to really get into the culture and understand a bit more about myself through that. So even though it was cut short, I did end up having the opportunity to do all those things. I am going to minor in German in college, and I talk on the phone with my friends in Germany, Australia, Finland, Mexico, Brazil. It's really, really amazing that I got to do all these things, and thank you so much for this opportunity. I'm just really grateful, so thank you.
Questions?
Questions?
Come on now, you got to be a question of some sort.
Another question. Oh, coming back, did you come back after the COVID thing, so did you have trouble getting a flight, or was it okay to get out?
It was actually really, really lucky how I got home. People were talking about, I our school was canceled due to COVID because we had a couple COVID cases. So I was just gonna stay home for a couple months. I didn't know what I was gonna do. And then I got a notification like, oh, borders are closing. People are already getting sent home from my district. And I was just like, what are we gonna do? What do I do? And I talked to my mom and like also talked to my local Rotary Club, and just came to the conclusion I really needed to go home because there was no way of knowing if I was going to be able to if I didn't leave ASAP. So I booked a flight. Mom was on hold for like 3 hours with United, but and people were saying, my host dad was like, "You're gonna be standing in line for 6 hours. Like, this is crazy." But I actually was lucky enough to get in just at the time where it was like everything was calming down and like nobody was traveling. So it was like the airports were empty. It was a ghost town. It was kind of creepy. But yeah, I got in. It was fine. And then like the next day, then there was another like spurt of craziness. So Mom and I definitely knew that like that was definitely like a blessing right there that I did end up getting in safely. I just had to like fill out like, are you currently coughing? No. Do you have a fever? No. Like they checked my temperature, but that was really it. It was okay. So that's good.
Anybody else?
You mentioned going to the capital of Germany, and I'm thinking, they used to be Bonn. Did the capital of Germany Bonn, or is it in Berlin?
Berlin. So, yeah, we went to Berlin for a day. We toured. We stayed there only for a day, toured around, and we got to go and sit in actually on like basically a Congress meeting. So we were like up above watching their Congress meeting happen. So, yeah. Sure. Berlin.
Anything else?
And tell them one of the places we went was the gateway to the
Oh,
East and West.
yes. Since our district in Germany was on the border, like the border was inside our district, so a couple of the towns we stayed in actually, like it was the border between West and East Germany, and we toured the actual like borderline where the guards and dogs and like things were before, and it was just an absolute like shock to me, like just learning about that history, so real, so firsthand, like in your face. It was pretty amazing.
Anything else?
We had an emergency.
Yeah.
Did you meet her parents while you were there?
I actually didn't get a chance. Wait. What was her last name? Maybe more. I don't think I did. Yeah, I didn't get a chance to. I did meet a lot of previous exchange students and also previous exchange families, but didn't get a chance to meet her. So. Or her.
We've got one more question. In going to the Capitol, in the building, you went to some of the buildings of the political, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And were those buildings in like old pre-war architecture, or was it all rebuilt modern stuff?
It was a very, very interesting mix of both. So inside the main building, it was like shiny, brand new glass, like very modern. But then they showed us like a wall. They were like, oh yeah, and here's where you can see the evidence of bombing there. And we were like, oh. So their whole like rebuilt architecture was, they were trying to make it very open to where the citizens and everything can see inside, but there's still evidence of that old architecture of like stone walls and everything like that. So that was very interesting to see. Oh, favorite food. Oh, I can't talk about that. I already talked about the bread, but anybody who asks me, they're like, what's your favorite food there? And like, I could say tons of things, bratwurst, like kartoffeln, they cook kartoffeln, like potatoes, very good. But bread is my main answer there. Just, they have so many different types, and I just like rye bread, like dark bread, things like that, or you just don't get that here, like fresh baked. Ooh, I could eat their bread all. And I've tried to make it here, it's just not the same.
Very good. Thank you very much, Laura. She mentioned bread. When Stacy went many years ago, we always told her, well, two things, but one, if they put something on your plate and you don't really like it, well, eat it first. So the first night at her second host family, they served carrot salad, and she doesn't like that, so she ate it first. So her host mother said, "Oh, you like the carrot salad?" And gave her a second helping. So sometimes that doesn't work. The other thing, though, is she took her lunch. Did you take your lunch to school, or did you eat at home?
Grandma made it.
Okay. Well, her host mother made her lunch, and she took it to school every day. And every day she gave her a sandwich on black bread, or dark bread, or whatever, and she didn't like it at all. But she knew better than to take it home, so at lunch she took it down to the pond and fed it to the ducks. So she didn't take any of that home. She mentioned having to come home early, which she did, and we sent our student home early. And we did a lot of wringing of the hands, both here and in Germany, about what should we do, what should we do? And whether it be divine guidance or luck, we made the right decision in both directions, I think, because it just steadily got worse, and we got both the kids where they should be. My thought was, if I was Denise, and there's a pandemic here, there, or anywhere, I would want my daughter where I could see her.
Oh, yeah.
And so we brought her home. I think that's all I've got.
Lauren, thank you for a very interesting program. I know that you gained a lifetime of experiences and memories that you will always have. So she also said she would recommend anyone to be an exchange student. I know Stacy would be, and everyone that has been associated with that program. Our international president this year is also from Germany, Roger Knott. The banner up here, the Rotary theme this year is Rotary Opens Opportunities. Good to have all of our guests here today. Like you've already grown up, I didn't recognize you when you came in. So, fine looking young man you got there, Steve.
There used to be a little boy that lived across the street from me over on Dogwood. I don't know if you know him or not. He grew up.
Linda, it's good to have you as our newest member. Look forward to getting to know you better. Wear your name tags, because if you forget them, Tim will be looking you up. $1 fine for your name tag. If your phone goes off, what's our charge on the phone? $5. We're going to have fun with this year, because the money that we collect will be going through Troy to Rotary Foundation. So it's going to be for a good cause. But if you get a ticket, be ready to pay it. Also, tickets, let's all participate in the drawing. That money also goes to Rotary, half of it to Rotary, and the other half goes to the winner. But it goes in everyone's name, so we all get credit for it. This year, I'm really pushing for us to be a 100% sustaining club. That means $100 per member, and I think we can do that. Any other business? If not, stand. We'll dismiss by reciting the 4-way test of the things we think, say, and do. First,
Is the truth,
second,
to fair to all concerned,
third,
to the bill goodwill and better
and
friendship,
fourth.
to be beneficial to all concerned.